What is up, you nice little butt suckers? Welcome back to another art challenge series. Today I'm starting a new one. It's called Anime Self-Insert, and it's basically self-explanatory. I'm going to be drawing my persona in different anime art styles, starting with Danganronpa. I spun a wheel, didn't record it though. I'll do it next time, but we're starting with Danganronpa, and I'm basing this off of the in-game art style instead of the actual anime, because I feel like the game is more recognizable. The anime is a little bit different than the game one. And I'm going to be basing this off of these three characters. As you can see on screen, we've got Kaede from the third game, Sonya from the second game, and Chiaki from the second game. So far, I only know about the first game. I'm watching a YouTuber play them. I know about the first game, and we're about halfway through the second game. So if you have anything to say about Danganronpa, be sure to mark a spoiler, just in case. But yeah, starting this off with the sketch, I realized that the art style is very symmetrical. Like, when I flipped it a couple times, I realized that they were symmetrical. So I'm using the symmetry tool to get a perfect, like, symmetrical base. You know what I'm talking about, right? I don't usually use a symmetry tool because I'm usually fine if my art doesn't turn out symmetrical. Like, sometimes if I flip it, it turns out nicely, and sometimes no, but I don't mind that much. As you can see, I keep switching back and forth between the Asahina character intro screenshot because I'm also using that as a reference. What I like about using the game sprites is that I have an excuse of drawing only up to their waist and also cutting off their hands completely, because that would take longer, and this video already took 2 hours to do. About an hour for the line art and the sketching, and another hour for the coloring and shading and stuff like that. So the reason why I'm using my persona instead of myself is because my persona is a lot easier to draw. First of all, I find drawing myself, yeah, it's fun, but like, I find it kind of hard. And also because I feel like my persona will be easier to turn into different art styles or translate into different animes. For example, for Danganronpa, well, I do say that, but I'm still turning her into a human. As you know, my persona is a vampire, which is why I call you guys the last little bloodsuckers, because you're yeah, sorry, but she is becoming human for this, and I'm giving her pointed ears just so that it seems more like the persona. But other than that, I took away her fangs and her wings. You'll see what I do with those later, but I gave her the pointed ears because you can realistically have pointed ears because I have them. But yeah, I find the face really fun to do. I think parts about the Danganronpa art style that's very recognizable is definitely I think how the face is done, for sure, how symmetrical it is, and also like the eyes and how the hair is done, and the shading, the folds in the clothes, which I don't do often. I don't do cell shading like this anymore, and I don't do a lot of wrinkles in the clothes, so that was pretty interesting to do. I changed Pearl's hairstyle. That's my persona. I changed Pearl's hairstyle for this. I've drawn her with this hairstyle multiple times, and I also wanted to show her long hair, so that's how we did it. Give her the glasses. Danganronpa also puts a lot of lines in the hair, so I did that as well. I gave Pearl a turtleneck sweater tucked into her pants just because, I don't know, I like giving people sweaters. I didn't really know what to give her. I just copied Kaede's like wrinkles for that. Well, not copied, but like based it off of that. I gave her a backpack like Chiaki and Kaede. They both have backpacks, but I put the wings on it, like one of those cute backpacks with the little wings on the back, just so that I'll be able to translate her wings in there. And also make her a more interesting character, because I didn't want her to look like a plain like a librarian or anything. So I wanted to make her look kind of interesting. For the line art is pretty similar to my line art, except clean. I think it is a little thicker than what I'm doing right now, but I was kind of just winging it. It is, like I said, it is very similar to how I do line art now, at least. So all I really did was just put on the stabilizer to 18, so that I'll be able to have clean line art. I don't use stabilizers when I do line art. I usually put it on like 3, which isn't really anything. So my line art is usually very messy. So for this one, I did clean it up a little bit. Not a little bit, but like I did do cleaner line art. And one thing I like about this challenge in general is that I'll be able to pick up new things from different art styles, different animes, and basically try out new things. Like basically, I think it's called cell shading, and also cleaner line art, and just like learning to translate art styles well without tracing. When I was little, about not little, but like 2 years ago, before I found my own art style, what I would do was copy anime characters like Todoroki and Aizawa, mostly My Hero Academia characters and Naruto characters. I would just like reference off of the computer and basically just literally copy it onto paper, and I'd be really good at that, which is why I thought this challenge wouldn't be too hard. For the coloring, it's very simple, just flat colors and then a simple highlight and shading, unlike my art style, which has a lot of different color detailing for the skin and the hair and stuff like that. Danganronpa is basically just flat colors, and then the only sort of detailing other than highlights is most likely just the blushing on the cheeks. If you do look closely at the female sprite, I don't know about the males, but if I look closely at the female sprites, they do have very faint blush, like very faint color to their cheeks. So I did that as well. I based the glasses off of Byakuya mostly, even though Toko is the one that has the circle glasses. I'm not sure why I used Byakuya as a reference there. I feel like if Pearl were to be in the game, she would be one of the more sweet and likable characters. She would be like one of the characters that everyone either thinks will win or will die early on. She is probably going to be one of the characters that you won't miss that much if she does die, but I feel like she will kill someone like later on in the game and no one expects it at all of her because she doesn't seem like that type of person. But little did they know, she's got little psychotic thoughts up in that brain. She's a vampire, let's remember. Her ultimate talent would be ultimate digital artist, because that is what I am. I am a digital artist, and there goes a highlight. I am a digital artist, and that's what I'm good at. I'm good at other things like karate, but I think when you see my persona, that's basically what she would show herself as. The highlight was actually very simple. It's just a band of white that's kind of faded at the end across the hair. I think it's a little bit thick how I did it, but it's very simple. And I was starting off the shading by just doing a darker version of every color, but that was tedious and I hated it, so I just put a dark blue on a multiply layer and did it like that, because picking colors every time and making it darker and just going and going, it was just very tedious, and this is a lot easier. I'm not exactly sure how Danganronpa does it, if they did do a multiply layer with one color or if they did color and pick everything. I'm not really sure, because for Kaede it does look like they did do a multiply layer, but for the others they didn't. I forgot to mention I based this mostly off of the Danganronpa 3 art style, even though I've never like watched it or seen it, but I did base it off of that. It is a little bit different than the second and first games, so I don't know. And then I basically just winged the shading. I did use Kaede's shirt as a reference, of course, because I did reference off of her shirt, but I was basically just copying it and freehanding it for places that were different, because like I said, I don't shade like this and I don't do clothes wrinkles like this usually, so it was very different. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. I ended up making her a little game intro screenshot saying Ultimate Digital Artist, because I thought that'd be fun too. But yeah, I really liked this challenge. It was pretty fun. Danganronpa was one of the easier art styles out of the things on the wheel, such as the Kimetsu no Yaiba, aka Demon Slayer art style and stuff like that. But I think Danganronpa's isn't actually the hardest of the bunch. It's actually pretty simple, fairly easy to recognize, and I think this one turned out well. So if you enjoyed this, be sure to drop a like and comment, check the description down below, hit the notification button, and subscribe for videos every single weekend. Well, not every weekend, obviously it's been a little bit since my last video, but it just pops up every so often on the weekends. School's starting again, and I just moved houses, so I am trying to settle down and just make videos when I can. Thanks again for 300 subscribers, almost 330. We think we're at like 320 something last I checked. But yeah, if you have any anime or game art style recommendations, put it in the comment section, and I'll be picking and choosing to my liking. And yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Minecraft will be returning soon, don't worry about it, and I'll see you. Bye!